y'all doing? Tonight we're going to do a round roast. It's a really good roast to do. It's really lean. I've got an round roast right here. It's about 2.14 pounds, about 2.25 pounds. I opened it up this morning and I'm marinating it in the refrigerator. It's about 3 o'clock now, so probably put on about 8 o'clock. And some of this is Allegro. It's just a steak marinade. I use it for my steaks and stuff like that. It's pretty good stuff. I didn't get it too covered in that. So what I'm going to do now, I've got my oven preheating to 500 degrees. We're about to put it in the screaming hot oven here in just a second. But got some other stuff. This is a steak seasoning I use. This is Ely's. This is a steakhouse right around here town, local. And this is mostly salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Just instead of having to use all three of those things, I'll just use this Ely's here. So I'm going to put a little coating of that on the round roast. It looks really, really good and lean here. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Alright. We go. A little coating on all sides here. It's not too much, just a light coating. Just want to get that flavor, just a nice little crusty flavor on here. Like I said, this is a really good seasoning, which is mostly salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And that's all you really want to put on something like this. Okay, so I've got that seasoning on here. Now what I have, didn't want to dirty up a big roasting pan. I've got just a little pie plate here. And I just covered it, or a pie plate, you should call it a cake pan. You should bake a cake in. I just covered it with some aluminum foil. I'm going to just sit my round roast right down there in it. I'm going to put it in my oven. Got my oven set to 500 degrees right now. I'm going to set it in the oven. Went ahead and set it in. Now I'm going to let it go in the oven, but I'm going to turn the temperature down. Let's see if I can do that. To 475. I'm going to let it sit in the oven. It's about 2 pounds, a little bit over, so I'm going to let it sit in the oven 15 minutes. About 7 minutes a pound. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this oven off, not open it, and we're going to let it sit in there for 2.5 hours. Okay, so timer just went off. We have cooked our roast at 475 for 15 minutes. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my oven off, not open the oven. Go ahead and set my timer for 2.5 hours. And we're just going to leave it in that oven, let it cook on that residual heat for 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours, 30 minutes. And we'll let it go, and we're going to pop it out when the time's up. Alright, our round roast is about to get ready to come out the oven. It's got about 10 more minutes. Meantime, we're going to make a little glaze for this thing. Now, I got this glaze recipe off my buddy JB's channel, and it seems like it's been pretty good. He puts on a lot of his round roast, but let me see if I can get this right. You start off with about 1.5 cups or cup of brown sugar. We really don't mind the exact measurements, just trying to get a consistency here. And I got some mustard, just some yellow mustard. I'm going to put about, almost a tablespoon of mustard in there. That's not quite a tablespoon. And then I'm going to go with Worcestershire. Very important. We'll put some of this in here. That's it. I'm just going to drizzle it over here. We're going to get this real wet and moist with this Worcestershire. Okay. Then I'm going to stir it around. Just mix everything in. Now I can see this ain't going to be enough Worcestershire. So, see, it's just pretty thick. You want to get it probably a little bit thicker than pancake syrup. Just like it's real thick right there, as you can see. That's like cake batter kind of. I don't want that deal. Put a little bit more of this Worcestershire in there. Okay, here we go. Now, we're thin about like syrup right there. We're going to let that sit. And we'll have that ready because we're going to baste. We're going to baste that round with that when it comes out the oven. Okay, so roast. I've been in here for 2.5 hours. You can see right now it looks good. It's got that juice. Everything what I'm going to do, we're going to set this eye aside for a second. Eye around on this cutting board. I'm going to take this juice and I'm going to add this juice to this basting, this sauce over here. So we're going to go ahead and just pour that in there. That'll be good. We'll get all that just drippings. Some good juice. Alright. Let's stir this in here real good. Oh yeah, smells wonderful. I mean, really good. Okay, we got that. Now, I'm going to put this guy back here in this pan. And when we get out the basting brush, we're going to baste it. Let's just baste them up with this nice glaze here. Oh, meanwhile, I went ahead and put my oven on broil because we're going to melt and crystallize or caramelize some of this glaze on this dude. It'll be real good. Go ahead and get that glazed up. Turn him over so we can get the bottom too. Wow, it's going to be good. Get them ends. Put it back over the other way. And I said it's a good little sauce too to dip them in, so I'm going to use quite all of it, but I'm just going to get a good coating all over this eye around. Now we got that broiler on. I'm going to put it in here just for a minute, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to keep the door kind of open, and I'm going to see when this stuff starts to crystallize. Okay, I've had it under the broiler just about a minute or two. You can see how that sugar's starting to caramelize on there. What I may do is turn him over and just baste the other side just a little bit. Now you can see how that sugar's had a chance to caramelize. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull them out, put them up here on this cutting board. Now I pulled it out. Wow, that eye around looks good. Set them right here on this cutting board. I'll put a little tin of foil over it, right like that. I'm going to let it cool, or let all the juices redistribute for 5 minutes, then we're going to cut it. Okay. Now, let it sit for about 10 minutes. Go ahead and take a good sharp knife and carve this puppy up. I just hope with the cooking it for that long like that, and then also doing a little bit of the reverse sear at the end, just hoping it comes out nice and medium rare to rare like I want it to. But we'll see. So this is my first time to do it just like this. Let's go ahead, take hold of it, try to get a little bit better light maybe. See it somewhat better. Alright. See what we have here. Just hope it's not overcooked. Takes that little end cap off there. It looks pretty good. Pretty good little medium rare all the way through. And just cut it thin like this. And I'll serve up really nice. But the key I think is to cut it really thin. And you want to get it cooked uniformly all the way through. But it looks really good. And I think just doing it up like this and using that slow cooking method, except with the reverse sear at the end, did a really good job. Alright, I figured we'd serve this up alongside some green beans, little mashed potatoes. Maybe take a little bit of that gravy that we made earlier and just drizzle some of this over it. Just a little bit over the top. Just to give it a nice taste. About like that. That looks real good to me. I think it's going to be a fabulous, nice, 5-round steak meal.